10 in Vancouver. But no catching. Marie Bochet, who doubles her gold tally on day 2 here of the World Para-Alpine Skiing Championships. In touch with us, use the hashtag Tarvisio 2017. You can follow us for all the information you need as well at Para-Alpine on social media. It's Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. We're away with the sitting competition, it would seem. And Linda van Impelen of the Netherlands is first out. You weren't with us yesterday. Sweet Caroline, by the way, is the anthem of the games. It's a Euro pop version of Sweet Caroline, but nonetheless, it's still Sweet Caroline. And if you like to sing that song 6 times over 3 hours, Tarvisio is the place to be. Van Impelen, 31-year-old. Made her world debut yesterday. And is, well, struggling here in the Super G. Just got a bit too quick for it. Just unable to maneuver correctly through the gates. And, well, the rules are you miss one, you are out. And that is exactly what has happened here to Linda van Impelen of the Netherlands. So, well, she... brings her journey to a premature halt. Just seeing here at the replay, she was, I think she'd already missed one at that point already. A couple of gates back, she'd already decided that she was too wide and no room for a recovery at that stage. So in our final women's event, we start the sitting the same way we finished the standing with a DNF. So Van Impelen doesn't set the quickest time so far. And this is a look back at Marie Bochet, who was stunning a little bit earlier on. The 22-year-old French woman crossing the line for victory and waving away at the spectators that have joined us. So just a very quick look back at some of the competitors from that event. Don't forget, Tarvisio 2017, if you want to get in touch. Lots of people watching in. Natalia, loving day 2. Thank you very much for tweeting in. Once again, Craig Spence viewed to the screen as well. Wants me to talk about soccer or football, depending on where you are in the world. That's not going to happen, Craig, and you know why. So, right, next up here in the sitting event, Annalena Foster of Germany. Lives in Freiburg. And it's Forster and her monoski against the clock as she comes through the gate, the starting gate that is. Will she complete the course and give us our first benchmark time? Tricky long right-hander to start with. They really start to pick up pace through this next section. talked about the Super G. Similar to the downhill, but a shorter with more turns. The two speed events over the first 2 days here in Tarvisio. Sticking close to the right-hand blue gate on your screen a moment ago. A DNF in Sochi. A DNF at the last World, so you'd have to think at the back of Forster's mind, getting to the bottom, he's in there. Coming through the second intermediate time at 58 seconds exactly, a little wide there, just skirting back inside the next red gate. And all of her strength to get back into line and down through the final part of the course. She'll give us our time then, so 1:17.31. So MURAOKA of Japan. 1:17.31 is the time to beat then. The double bronze medalist from 2015. Got a downhill and a giant slalom bronze. And, Saitama in Japan, just 19 is Momoka. And she's quicker through the first intermediate time by nearly half a second as well. DQ in Sochi, a DNF in Canada at the last Worlds. And she's quick here. She's already nearly 2 seconds up on Forster's time. So here comes MURAOKA towards the line. She's going to set the quickest time so far. Great time from MURAOKA there. Goes to the top of the leaderboard. This is Anna SCHAFFELHUBER. So SCHAFFELHUBER, very quick through the first intermediate. This will be an interesting second. 56.09 was MURAOKA's time through the second intermediate. This will be really interesting. 3.43 inside here. SCHAFFELHUBER, the 23-year-old from Regensburg, lives in Munich now. 5 golds, including the Super G in Sochi. She's the reigning champion, and she is demolishing this course. Smashing the time, 1:09.42. Well inside MURAOKA. Just a slight error with the timings and the splits, but ignore that. The time itself was correct, 1:09.42. Remember, inside these medal groups, each classification has a formula added to the time, so don't get your stopwatch out. The times are manipulated to the formula, so it means that the clock can be running at a slightly different pace for each of these athletes. It's agreed, it's the rules, and it's how it works. But, so don't try and use your own personal stopwatch, but the clock at the bottom runs at the right speed according to the athlete. So that is the correct time that you are seeing for the event. So this is Laurie Stevens of the United States. That was the best way in layman's terms I could have explained that to you, by the way, as well. Stevens, 32, lives in Aspen. Slowing through this section. She was 2.5 back at the first. A former gold medalist at the Winter Paralympics back in 2006. Got a bronze in Sochi. She's going to have to pick up the pace here and stay in line, which she's just struggling to do, but manages it using all of her experience to come through the line in 1:15.99. That'll put her third for now. There's so a few more to come, so including this lady, Claudia LOESCH. Wide through that right-hander, but she's kept it together. She was 0.59 out from SCHAFFELHUBER. LOESCH, 6 at the World Champs last time. Or 6 World Champions, should I say. She was DNF, actually, last time out. Gold medalist from 2013. Bronze in 2011. Can LOESCH affect SCHAFFELHUBER's time? Here comes the second intermediate. She's inside, but she's wide here, so she's got to try and recover, and that might have cost her the 0.82 that she was already inside then. What an interesting finish we've got coming up. Claudia LOESCH against SCHAFFELHUBER's time as she comes down. 109.42 is what she wants. Smashed it, 108.97. And despite going wide late on, the Austrian keeps it together. What a performance that is. The 28-year-old from Vienna leaps in front of SCHAFFELHUBER right at the death. Last up then, Victoria Pendergast. That's her second World Championship. She DNF'd in both training sessions and then managed to completely do that again yesterday, getting it all sideways in the downhill. A second back at the first intermediate. Dropping a little further back now through the second intermediate clock, 5:68. So Pendergast looking to make it to the bottom of this one. And the 25-year-old will do just that as she comes into the final pitch of this run. Slides to a halt in front of the spectators. And Pendergast clocks a time of 1:16.04. That should put her in 5th position. Well, a cracking bit of drama in the penultimate run. Claudia LOESCH toppling SCHAFFELHUBER with a stunning run. So it's LOESCH 108.97 from SCHAFFELHUBER, and Henrietta Farkasova of Slovakia's name is in there, but that's from the VI section, so I'm not sure why. MURAOKA is of course, the winner of the bronze medal.